Shalom. Want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Makakodash. We give now honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We salutation to the openly elect that is pushing this word in the four corners, the highways and byways. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. This is Brother Zakaria, and here with another quick lesson. Alright, this is gonna be, I named this one law on the function in these times and its function in these times. Alright, so just get into some quick precept showing that the law isn't done away with. And this is Romans chapter 3 verse 31. It says, "Do we then make void the law through faith? Yahweh forbid. Yea, we establish the law." Alright, so not because the Messiah came to bring faith means we should abolish the law and go and eat pork and go and commit adultery and all those things. Alright, we should establish the law and keep the law to the best of our ability. Alright, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. It says, "Be ye follower of me, as Slaki, even as I am of Mashiach." Alright, so I'm going to read it again. 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 1. "Be ye followers of me, even as I am of Mashiach." Alright, so that's basically Paul speaking. And he says to follow him as he follow Mashiach. Alright, so we all know that the Messiah, he kept the law perfect. Alright, he got circumcised, he keep all the feast days, he wore his beard and everything. Right, so how then is the law done away with? If Paul is saying be a follower of him as he follow the Messiah, alright, as he follow a Mashiach. Right, and this is to prove that Paul was keeping the laws too. It says, this is Acts 21 on verse. We started verse 21. Acts 21 on verse 21. Alright, I'll just get to the point. It says, "And they are informed of thee, alright, that thou teachest all the Jews which are amongst the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying, they ought not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs." Alright, and those customs is talking about the laws. Alright, because Moses delivered the laws unto the Most High by the means of Moses, alright, or by the way of Moses, delivered the law to the children of Israel. Alright, and it's saying here, they were informed of thee. Basically, some of the Jews were informed, or there was a rumor going about Paul that he was teaching the Jews that was scattered to forsake Moses, not to walk after Moses. Doesn't mean literally walk after Moses, but to forsake the laws. Alright. Now, when we go on, we can see what actually happened. Verse 22, it says, "What is it therefore? So multitude must need come together, for they will hear that thou art come." Alright. So when Paul went back into the city, right? When he went back into the city, the Jews, they gather up together. Alright, because they wanted to put him to death. Alright, this is basically what verse 22 said. In verse 23, "Do therefore this which we say to thee, we are 4 men which have a vow on them. Then take and purify thyself with them, and be at charge with them, that they may shave their beards, Salakia, their heads." Alright, this is basically one of the custom of our laws. Alright, if you do a vow, you break that vow, you're going to shave. Right? And all may know that those things whereof they were informed concerning thee are nothing. Alright? You see? Those things were nothing. Alright? Now let me read again what exactly is those things. It says, and they were informed of thee that thou teachest all the Jews which are amongst the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying that they ought not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs. Alright? So Paul wasn't teaching anybody to forsake the law. Alright? That was just a rumor. Alright? And the rumor is being spread by these Christians today. Alright? So who then is the man of the Lord? Alright? Is it these Hebrew Israelites? You know? Is it the men of GMS, Great Millstone, starting with the apostles downward? Or is it these Christian apostles? Alright? Clearly it's the men of GMS. Alright? And other sincere brothers in other camps. Alright? Because the elect is all over. Right? It says, but that thou thyself also walk orderly and keepest the law. Who? So there is a cut. Alright? So Paul kept the law. Right? And this is way after Yahushua, you know, who were ignorantly called Jesus, had died. And Paul was still keeping the law. Alright? So, and Paul was the head apostle unto the Gentiles. So you telling me the head apostle unto the Gentile didn't know that the law was done away with? That's some bullshit. Alright? That's just stupidness. Alright? The law was never done away with. If the Messiah, if a Mashiach came to do away with the law, then why is it, or when he went on the cross the law was done away with, then why is it Paul still keeping the law? You know? Why is it in this same chapter it says thousands of Jews that were zealous of Yahushua kept the law? Alright? Why? You know, so clearly the apostles them never taught that the law was done away with. So where the hell these Christian churches get their information from? Okay? Where did it come from? They come from the so-called white man, Esau. Alright? The biblical Edomites. Starting with the Roman Catholic Church. Alright? And then it was pushed through all these other, you know, so-called churches. Right? What the fuck? I'll just read verse 20 real quick. Actually, I'm reading 19. It says, and when he had saluted, he declared particularly what things the Most High had wrought among the Gentile by his ministry. Alright? So there's Paul. And it says, and when they had ordered, they glorified Yahweh, or the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and said unto him, thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe, alright, and they are all zealous of the law, alright, so they still kept the law. So where did this information come from that the law is done away with? Alright, it came from Esau, the so-called white man, the biblical Edomites. Alright, the border of wickedness, pertaining to Malachi. Alright, yeah, so there is clear proof that the law isn't done away with. You know, now we can just jump right into why we should, you know, why we should keep the law. Alright, you know, or you know, the benefits or the function of keeping the law. This is Sirach 15, and I read verse 1. It says, he that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Alright? So right here it says, he that had the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Alright? And the is talking about wisdom. Let me just prove that real quick. It says, this is Sirach 14 and verse 20. Alright? No, basically 15 is a continuation of 20. You know, it doesn't always happen that the next chapter is a continuation, but in this case it is. Sirach 14 and verse 20. Blessed is the man that do meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. He that consider our ways in his heart shall also have understanding in our secret. Alright? And there is wisdom. Because it says, blessed is the man that do meditate good things in wisdom. Alright? And when you jump down, it says 15:1. He that feareth Yahweh will do good, and he that hath knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Alright? So you gotta get knowledge of the law in order to obtain this truth. Alright? You can't go about doing all filthy things and then expect the Spirit of the Most High to deal with you. Alright? You know? Because, hey, Proverbs 28, it says the Most High doesn't hear the prayer of sinners. Alright? So, I would say you can go about the law, breaking the law, Salakia, and then you praying for understanding of these scriptures. You won't get it. Right? This is Proverbs 28 and verse 9. He that turn away is here from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Shall be abomination. Alright? So your prayer become an abomination, is really a sin punishable by death. Alright? So your prayer becomes something punishable by death, by breaking the law. Alright? By turn away your ears from hearing the law. Right? There's a corrupt sacrifice. Right? Because the Most High don't deal with fornicators and idolaters. Right? If you don't keep the law, it's exactly what you're doing. As a matter of fact, let me get that too. First Samuel 15 verse 23. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Most High, he had also rejected thee from being king. Alright? So, hey, if you don't obey to the Most High word, then you're rebelling, which is witchcraft. Alright? And it says stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So if you go about breaking the law, that's idolatry. Alright? Now if someone telling you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you just stubborn, you know, going back, breaking the law, that's just idolatry. Alright? And just in case, you know, not clear as to what sin is, because a lot of Christians are not clear as to what exactly is sin. Alright? Let me just get it real quick. Yeah, this is 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is transgression of the law. Alright? So if there ain't no law, there ain't no sin. Plain and simple. Alright? So how is it the law is done away with and you calling somebody a sinner? You say you're a hypocrite. Alright? You don't know what you're talking about. Alright? It just says, whosoever committed sin transgressed also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Alright? So law still exists. Alright, but to get back on the point as to exactly why we should keep the laws to the best of our ability. Nobody ain't saying that you gotta go and sacrifice a whole effort or any of effort or any of this stuff, but you know, just keep it to the best of your ability. Alright? Don't shave out your beard, don't eat pork, don't line up. You know, there's things in the law that we could do, and we should do them to the best of our ability. Alright? It says Sirach 15 on verse 1. Read about, he that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that had knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Alright? Shall obtain wisdom. Alright? And the proof of the, we just read Sirach 19. Sirach 19 and verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and knowledge of his omnipotency. Alright? So it says, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law. Alright? So the performance of the law is where you get all wisdom from, bro. Alright? Once you pray, you know, you keep the law with sincerity, right? You ask the Lord for anything, He can give you the understanding. Okay? The only thing you gotta do, alright, when you keep in the law sincerely, is make sure that you pray. Alright? Which praying is in the law. Alright? So, you know, hey, the law is order. Alright? It's guidance and how to live your life to please the Most High. Alright? Yeah, so I'm going to the word omnipotency. It says, get it real quick. Omnipotency. Right, so this is the definition of omnipotence. It says, unlimited power commonly attributed to a deity or deities. Alright, so we all know, you know, this is going off a bit. It says deity, which the word deity goes back to like a god figure. Alright, but this is mainly talking about idols. But y'all know the Most High ain't no idol. Alright, ain't no false idol. Alright, but yeah, it says the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency Alright, so in all wisdom is the performance and the law and the knowledge, which means to know of his ultimate power. Alright, so when you start keeping the law, the Most High start dealing with you. Alright, you know. Alright, let's get back to 15. Surah 15 and verse 2. Alright, so after you get the knowledge of the law, you know, wisdom start dealing with you. Because verse 2, it says, and as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin. Alright, so hey, you know, a mother would celebrate her daughter-in-law if she is, you know, an upright woman. You know, just like the wisdom gonna receive you. Alright? Yeah, this is verse 3. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. Ooh. Alright, but first you gotta get the understanding of the law, right? Or knowledge of the law, which knowledge means to know. Alright, gotta know, you gotta at least know, even if you can't do it, you know, all the time. You gotta know right from wrong in order to understand this Bible, right? And law basically teaches right from wrong. See? Right? When you start doing the things that the Most High command, then you're going to start understanding this Bible. Right? That's why these Christians can't understand this Bible. Don't believe me? Ask them what's the color of a Mashiach. Alright? Though it's right in the scriptures, they can't see it. Ask them about World War III. It's right in the scripture, but they can't see it. No? Ask them what's the mark of the beast. Alright? There it says, verse 4, he shall be stayed upon earth and shall not be moved, and shall reply Shalakia, and shall rely upon earth and shall not be confounded. Right? But first you have to get the understanding of that comes from the law in order to be rooted in the truth. Alright? In order to understand these scriptures. Because look at this, right? It says, verse 4 again, it says, he shall be stayed upon earth and shall not be moved. Alright? Surah 6. It says, Surah 6 and 20, it says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. Alright? And what is understanding? The law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 6. Right, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, start 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Lord Yahweh, my power, commanded me that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Alright, so this is basically Moses talking to the children of Israel to keep the laws that the Most High delivered unto him to give to them. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Alright? Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Alright? So it says, this is your wisdom and understanding. Right? So the last was given for wisdom and understanding. And back in Sirach 6:20 again it says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned, he that is without understanding the law shall not remain with her. Alright? So you ain't gonna ever understand this Bible if you don't keep the law to the best of your ability. And even if you start understanding it and you start putting the law aside, then this understanding will be taken from you. Alright? Unless you repent. Okay? Back in Sirach 15, it says, she shall exalt him above his neighbors, and in the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth. Alright? So that's why you see, brothers going out on the streets. Right? Because we're in the midst of the congregation out there on the streets. Alright? And wisdom lifting up our mouth. Right? Yeah, and that's why you don't see these pastors on the street. They might do once every 10 years or something, 5 years. They might go out on the street and teach. But they don't do it every week or on a consistent basis. Right? That's why they're in the churches, hiding. Right? Yeah, it says, he shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. Alright? Verse 7. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. Alright? So, if sin, let me just read it again. 1 John 4:3. John 4:3 again. It says, 3 and 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Alright? So it says, and sinners shall not see her. So if you break the law, you ain't gonna see wisdom. See? Hey, that's a clear cut. Alright? So hey, hopefully that was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Until next time, I say Shalom.